what it's like to be every level of God rank in Dragon Ball. Level 1, Planetary God. Starting with a single world, you are its guardian. A quiet spectator sitting well above the clouds in a palace, higher than any mortal, including Snoop. Down below, trillions of lives move like ants. They live, they die. Some spread love, while others start wars over some files. I'm not really sure what that's about, but at the core of it, you are the one held responsible for everything. But you're not a fighter. You don't just chase villains and call it a day. That's a defender's job. They're souls with pure hearts. Almost pure hearts. Protecting the planet from abnormal threats. Your job is to train them and maintain the balance among the planet's sentient races. You have attendants who help you manage your affairs, warriors who protect you, and maybe even a fancy dragon who answers prayers. Too bad you can't wish for things yourself. And that's about the extent of the power you hold. You're not the strongest being on your own planet. There are mortals with spiky colored hair who could defeat you, cyborgs who could outlast you, crazy bubblegum creatures who could blow up the planet without even thinking about it. You guide them, but you cannot control them. It doesn't matter if you're 10 or 10,000. Being the voice of reason is an obligation. If you fail and your planet falls to chaos for any reason, someone higher up notices. And when that happens, know that the title you hold will be your biggest nightmare. You are a god, but only in name, as the universe holds secrets far beyond your comprehension, and above you are beings so astronomically stronger than yourself. Level 2, Kai. Every universe has 4 quadrants: north, south, and west. No longer bound to a planet, you're managing a whole chunk of the universe. You've stepped above the skies and sit in a realm beyond the physical universe, where stars lie beneath your feet. From here, galaxies are less like mysteries and more like responsibilities. Born as Shinjin on planet Kaishin, you can live up to 75,000 years. That is, if no idiot comes rushing up to you with a bomb strapped to his hand. Now, your responsibilities are similar to planetary gods. You look out for balance, defend the sentient life from existential threats, train warriors, and die for the sake of protecting life. You can observe any mortal under your authority, travel across the universe in an instant, and communicate telepathically across galaxies. Your power dwarfs that of any single planet's guardian. And when a threat rises that endangers multiple worlds, they report to you, bowing their heads in a way rivaling a Japanese corporate employee. You decide what happens next, whether to report it to someone higher or to deal with it yourself. Just don't get too excited when you're peeking through a mortal's bedroom. Remember, there's always someone higher than you. Level 3, Grand Kai. You know, for a fantasy world, there sure are some uncanny resemblances to the corporate ladder here. Anyway, a Grand Kai is also a Shinjin, a higher authority who supervises the 4 Kai. As someone who manages the whole universe, people often get this terrifying image of you in their heads. A godlike being who's harsh and unyielding. But in reality, you're just a laid-back old man who likes to chill and relax. And despite being proclaimed as one of the strongest in the universe, you've never taken that seriously and act more like a sweet and kind grandfather to the ones below. You're like the lion who doesn't concern himself with the disturbances in his realm, often enjoying the chaos that ensues during fatal fights and leaving the real work for the Kais. Level 4, Supreme Kai. You're no longer just another god in the universe. You are the god, the Supreme Kai, the highest deity of creation within the universe. You don't just guide history, you define it. Entire galaxies exist because of the decisions made in your realm. You choose which worlds receive life. You determine which mortal races are given potential. The rise of empires, the birth of legendary warriors, the survival of fragile species in your universe, everything traces itself back to you. The Grand Kai answers to you. The Directional Kais operate under your authority. The chain of creation ends here. Although your origins are similar, being born in gold gives you 1,000,000 years of life and the potential to rule the universe. But still, your position carries a dangerous truth. That is, your power isn't absolute and your life is linked to your universe. If you fall, the balance collapses. The system that keeps creation and destruction in harmony fractures instantly. You are not just a ruler, you are a keystone. You do your job alongside a destroyer. A god whose sole purpose is opposite to yours. Where you create, they destroy. Neither of you outranks the other. You are counterparts, 2 halves of a cosmic law. And to keep your destroyer in check, you have a secret only the 2 of you should ever know. Level 5. God of Destruction. The counterpart of creation, you are destruction, having a near-endless thirst for satisfaction that can only be fulfilled by fighting the strongest mortals and eating them afterwards. That or cabbage, whatever fits your style. As the god of destruction, you end lives faster than you blink. Entire planets tremble at the rumor of your awakening. Civilizations that took millions of years to evolve vanish because you raise one finger. But you're not evil. Only a necessary part of the cycle. Creation without destruction becomes infestation. Weak worlds multiply. Corruption spreads. Mortals grow arrogant. When the universe becomes bloated with failure, you are summoned. You don't argue. You evaluate. And if you don't like what you see, simply erase it. You travel without fleets, for you don't need armies. One small sphere of energy, and a planet becomes cosmic dust. No explosion that echoes for hours, just silence. You may sleep for decades, centuries, or even millennia, only to wake up for another meal and then resume your divine slumber. But even you have limitations. A secret that, if revealed, could make you an easy target. Your supreme Kai. Universes are all about balance. Disrupted enough and it might collapse. So, to prevent that from ever happening, you're bound to your supreme Kai. If they fall, you naturally follow. And standing behind you is a calm, smiling, untouchable being who could end you without any effort. Level 6. Angel Attendant. Imagine a being so powerful, yet not allowed to do anything but watch and guide. That's you, an angel attendant, the god of destruction. Always present, always composed. A staff in your hand and a soft smile that never fades. You are a teacher to a destroyer. You train them, you advise them, you monitor their decisions. When they lose their temper, you gently remind them of protocol. Your power surpasses theirs. You can rewind time by minutes. You can stop combat between gods. You move faster than thought, and your reflexes operate on a level mortals cannot comprehend. Even a god of destruction cannot stop you. But you are neutral. You do not take sides. You do not interfere unless rules demand it. If your destroyer violates cosmic law, you can restrain them. But if they perish, you enter dormancy. You are bound to your role. You are not emotional, not attached, not tempted by power. Though there have been some exceptions to the rule, you serve a higher power. Beings whose authority dwarfs even the gods you mentor. You are the calm above chaos. You are proof that no matter how powerful destruction becomes, there is always something purer, something higher. Level 7. Grand Priest. Father of the angels, instructor of divine law, the quiet architect of order beneath the highest authority. When the Omni King speaks, you translate his will into structure. When universes compete, you design the tournament. When gods argue, you establish the rules that they must follow. You don't look intimidating. You look composed, polite, almost gentle. The angels, beings who can effortlessly defeat gods of destruction, are your children. They were trained by you, shaped by you. Their unimaginable precision comes from your guidance. Instead of running away for cosmic milk, you actually stayed. A trait rarely seen in multiple realms. You are said to be one of, if not the strongest being in existence. Not because you boast, nor because you demonstrate it, because you never need to. While destruction gods tremble before Xeno, they remain perfectly respectful before you, because power is not only about erasure, it is also about control, about balance, about flawless execution of cosmic law. You ensure neutrality is maintained. If a destroyer steps out of line, your system corrects it. If a universe is scheduled for judgment, you organize the event. You are not chaos. You are administration, perfected. You do not create universes, nor do you destroy them. You ensure that those who do follow the rules. Level 8. The Omni King. There is no negotiation at this level. You are the king to all kings. You do not manage planets. You do not supervise gods. You do not debate policy. Much like a supreme leader, you erase on a whim. Too many universes to count? Boom. Now you have 12. With a small hand raised and a simple word, entire universes disappear. Not damaged, not shattered, gone. Their stars, their gods, their histories, wiped from existence like chalk from a board. Gods of destruction bow to you. Supreme Kais tremble before you. Angels stand still and silent in your presence. You are not cruel, nor are you kind. You are absolute. You do not operate from rage or justice. Sometimes you act because you are displeased. Your perspective is so far above mortal understanding that morality itself feels small, or so simple that it rivals that of a child. You sit on a throne beyond the multiverse, childlike in demeanor, yet infinite in authority. You are not part of the balance of creation and destruction. You are the reset button. Everything below you exists because you allow it to exist. And if you choose otherwise, it all ends. Level 9. Rhymus. There are whispers even gods do not speak loudly. A name that floats above records and timelines. Rhymus. Unlike destroyers, unlike angels, unlike even Xeno, you are not clearly defined within the structured hierarchy. There is no public throne room, no formal introduction, no ceremony of bowing. What is said about you is this. You are connected to the structure of the multiverse itself, not its management, not its erasure, its architecture. Some accounts suggest that you shaped the fundamental system of reality, the laws that allow universes to exist, the framework that divides existence into numbered realms, the cosmic structure that even Xeno presides over. You are not the ruler sitting on the throne. You may be the one who built the throne room. If that is true, then your authority is different from anything below. Xeno can erase universes with a gesture, but you may be the reason those universes exist in the first place. Much like the architect from the Matrix, you shape it, while Xeno holds its shutdown button. There is no confirmed statement explaining this, no official hierarchy chart placing you above or below Xeno, no declaration that either of you commands the other. For all it matters, you may just be the ultimate version of a destroyer and their supreme Kai, observed by the Grand Priest as the ultimate angel. As of now, it remains unconfirmed where you and Xeno truly stand in relation to each other. But one thing can be said for certain. Until the lore expands, you two are the ultimate faces of authority.